right, guys, I am back and I'm gonna just show you kind of how I back my stuff. Normally I'd probably have this all inked and whatever, but you know, you guys can just come along because this is all just like part of the process, right? And we'll just craft and chat today, and then we'll just see how we end up with the stuff. And yeah, this is like pocket fillers for the kits, obviously, right? And I mentioned in the last video that I just didn't have any cardstock on hand, so to print on, so that's why they're not already printed, or why I have to back them. I feel like, anyways, I usually do that. And for this journal, I don't actually have too many pockets to fill, but we can overfill if we'd like. Yeah, it's all just part of the process, right? You got to see the bones of it too, right? So yeah, I'm probably not going to back all of them on camera because, you know, that's just crazy talk. So I do want to back the tags because we can use those all over in the journal, and they are super cute. And then when I'm decorating is when I'll use those smaller pieces. I think I'm going to make these like the taller type tags. So, and then hopefully I'm kind of timing these out. There might end up being 2 videos of this for the weekend. I'm not sure. We'll just know when we get there. But I'm trying really hard to keep the videos to 30 minutes because those 40-minute ones that I had like last week literally took 3 hours to upload. And yeah, nobody got time for that. Okay, so for these, I'm gonna make them, I'm gonna come out a little bit to basically make a frame, right? On the tags though, you'll see it a little bit different where I don't back them out. I'll put it like right to the edge of my scrap there. So yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. It's midweek. Life at work is stressful as all get out. There's a lot of changes happening, which I've kind of told you guys about, but yeah, I got really overwhelmed yesterday at work. And yeah, there's so many moving parts, right? Oops. Cleaning Tower Pisa over here. Your girl's got herself crafted into a corner again. Why do I do that? Am I alone in that? Does everybody else back themselves into a corner too? That won't fit there in either direction, really. So we'll set that aside. While it's drying, we'll just kind of keep going, using up these scraps. Yeah, like I said, I love using these kind of scraps up for these types of backings. So yeah, don't waste. Yeah, I was thinking at the end of the last video, we could totally talk about, you know, growing up, because a lot of you are new, so you probably haven't heard like that kind of thing, right? Like history. Those of you that have been with me for a while, this will just be like memory lane, I guess. So yeah, I have 2 kids. I have 4 dogs, 5 cats, 40 some chickens now, which I actually have a couple of them sold to one of my friends at work. So I'm not sure how many she wants. She was going to talk to her husband, but when she found out that I had them and that I was actually going to like raise them or whatever, she was like, okay, I'll take some. Because, you know, one of the main reasons I did it is because I knew the season in which I was ordering them. When they came, they would end up, like, some of them would die because of the cold and shipping. Because it always happens. Like, even if I do like new birds, it always happens. Like, I end up losing several birds before it's all said and done. So that is why I ordered so many. Plus, I want a lot of eggs, and I'm tired of not getting eggs. I've had just a string of bad luck. So Christian is helping me make a new chicken coop run thing. So yeah, we'll probably work on it some this weekend. he's a pretty cool guy, guys. I am really enjoying him. Those of you that are new won't know, but I don't want to say recently divorced because it's not totally recent, but it's within a year. Like the anniversary of the divorce date is coming up. It's fast approaching. Yeah, I'm going to just look over here and see if there is. And I typically don't do this, but I'm going to, while we're here, I'm going to pull the ephemera from that other kit. Because I try not to combine them in case I mess up. But since I'm already here, I might go ahead and just ink around this one and use up that space. Yeah, so I'm going to go to the next page just because those tags are already, I have a glue mark for the tags. I do also do that. Your girl's just all over the board all the time. I'm getting close to needing a new glue stick, which I might have to pause the video soon. Anyways, so what was I getting at? Okay, so recently divorced-ish. It'll be a year, May 3rd. Those of you that have been with me for a while will know it was kind of a very painful part in the kids and I's lives. And so I am probably going to, I think I am going to celebrate it, right? Like it's kind of was the birth of a new life. So I don't know. I'm going to run it by the kids, but May 3rd will make a year since it was completely final. And August 6th will make it 3 years since like it all began. So I haven't quite decided how we're going to navigate all of that, but yeah. And no, normally I would not, I don't think divorce is something to celebrate per se, but for the kids and I, it ended up being one of the best things that ever happened in our lives. Of course, going through it, it wasn't, right? Yeah, but our lives are like finally like down to just peace and joy, and we're all succeeding. So yeah, winning, right? Winning. That's what we're doing at this household. And I don't mean winning like winning, but I mean just winning emotionally, and we're having some well, I will say some financial wins. So that's good for both kids, right? Grace is doing amazing in college, and Bo is working on promotions at work. And yeah, things at my job are going well as far as that end of it. So yeah, it's onward and upward. So yeah, exciting times, right? And yeah, I really think that life has an amazing, beautiful way of working out, right? I mean, and I don't often talk about these things specifically, but I really think that, you know, hindsight always being 20/20, I just think me and my ex-husband were always ill-fitted together, right? Like, it's like when you try to fit, here's the smaller ones I was thinking of for this one. When you try to make something fit that just doesn't fit, it never goes well, right? And I honestly, I've come to that understanding that even from the get-go, there was things and that I should have, I don't know, if known better or like not been so determined, I guess is the word I'm looking for, to make things work. Do I regret any of my life with him? Absolutely not, because if I did, then that would mean I would regret my kids, and there's not ever going to be a day that I regret having those beautiful babies. That said, I think that, I don't know, I've been kind of going through a phase where, you know, I think, and a lot of people in my generation, I'm going to be 47 this year, so you can do the math. I think a lot of women in my generation were really still raised with the, you know, you get married, you have kids, you know, it's all about the guy, you know, things like that, right? Which, I mean, it is what it is, right? But I think there was also an underlying instruction, I guess, to stick with it no matter what happens, you stick with it, and you made vows, and which all of that is true. I still believe in the institution of marriage. I just don't believe in imbalances in marriage anymore. There has to be balance, right? And it looks like I might be out of that size of scrap. So, I did use this. Oh, no, but I'm not going to use that one because that will turn out badly. There's the little one I could use. I just think that you shouldn't actually force things to work all the time, because I think you end up hurting you and your partner more by trying to make it work than just, I hate to say it this way, but just basically admitting defeat, right? Like, I think it's one thing if both parties are like willing to kind of work it out and work through stuff, but when there's only one person actually committed to making things work, and the other person constantly blames the person trying to make it work for whatever the reasons, it just becomes an unhealthy imbalance. And I think that's kind of where we were. I would always get blamed. I was too much. I wanted too much. You know, whatever the argument of that day was. And I've just really come to the point where I was never asking too much. I was just asking the wrong person because we were ill-fitted. And that's not his fault either, right? Like, so I'm really trying to press that upon my kids, right? Like, if you have to tell your partner more than once that you don't like something or that what they did hurt you and you don't get validation for it, then that is not the relationship for you, right? Like, I think that's the lesson I would really like, or at least one of the lessons I'd really like them to take away. And their dad isn't a terrible person. He chose some terrible things, but he's not a terrible guy. Of course, I'm never gonna be 100% okay with the things he did, right? Like, I have to accept them for what they are. But that said, it doesn't make him a terrible person for life, right? Especially if there's ever a day he actually takes accountability for it, right? And it's important because, and I guess I'm kind of one that likes to have self-reflection, right? Like, obviously he didn't get into this marriage alone, right? Like, I had responsibilities in it too, right? Oops. Let's see if I can pull that up and get rid of that big old glue mark. How about that? That would probably be a good idea. Anyways, makes me nervous talking about these kind of things. Mostly, I mean, I don't really care if my ex hears it. I just don't. But I don't know. I'm still in that stage, I guess, where it's like I'm starting to be able to tell my story, right? But on the same token, you just get worried that somebody you don't want listening is listening. But I guess that's all part of it, right? I guess at some point you do have to tell your story. And like I said, I'm a big fan of taking accountability for your actions and your choices. Like, I could have said years ago, no more, and I didn't. You know, I hesitate to use the word red flags too, because I don't really particularly care for that word. But yeah, I mean, if you know what I mean? Like, it was bad enough years ago, and it's still my fault for staying, right? I don't know. How about we, like, I'll just change topics, and that way, I don't know, or maybe not change topics, but change the verbiage a little bit. Anyways, yeah, so like I said, he's not a terrible person, and I hope one day for the sake of the kids, he just becomes the dad that they deserve. And if that happens, I will just consider it a huge win for everybody. I think ultimately I want my kids to win in that department. I want them to be able to have that relationship with him. Oh, and that stupid fly came back in the door. I rescued him once. You're not getting lucky the second time, buddy. Boy, I'm just ripping through book pages today, huh? That's all right. We got a series coming up, right? Wow, that was a pretty heavy conversation. So how about we lighten it up? I don't know what we could talk about now, but yeah, I don't know. I will say I am enjoying my life now. And I've never actually had a relationship quite like the one I have with Christian. Of course, we have disagreements a little bit, but it's not, there's nothing threatening about the disagreements. There's nothing, like, I'm able to say what hurts, and he understands, and he doesn't do it again. It's kind of bizarre. Learning how to be in a healthy relationship is definitely a different adventure, I guess maybe is the word I'm looking for. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre, like, to actually say what hurts and be validated. Like, I guess that is like a really big thing for me. Like, and actually be heard. I will say it's a breath of fresh air that I'm not back into that whole, you know, well, you do X, Y, and Z, instead of just being heard. And just, you know, the action being acknowledged as that it, you know what I mean? I don't know if I can put it into words, but it's a beautiful change of pace for me. And I think sometimes, one thing I have been kind of going through in this whole journey of learning how to be healthy for myself and for my kids and Christian and all that, is that I have to find my voice again, right? Like, I have to be able to have the space, and I'm having to learn how to trust again. I'm not gonna lie, that has been a huge struggle for me. Huge struggle, being able to learn to trust somebody again. And I think it's been a kind of a struggle for my kids too. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I think they have struggled with that as well. I think I'm gonna save, like, this one will fit down here. Right? Okay. I'm half tempted to go open the other window and see if it'll go outside again. Part of me is like, I rescued you once. You should have just stayed outside. Yeah, so that's been interesting. I'm telling you, this guy's a saint. He needs a medal. Yeah, the fun part about this is cutting them out, right? And then we'll ink around them. I love that there's all kinds of little small ones in here too, because you can never have too many small pieces of ephemera, right? Woohoo. As soon as we get this done, this is one step closer to our journals being done. Because I already did this with the other kits. In the, oh, we're getting close to the 30-minute mark. Anyways, we already did this in the, or I already did this off camera with the Sherlock Holmes journal. forgot. Like, I cut these out over the weekend, and I forgot how many little pieces there are. I'm super excited because you can never have too many little stuff to go into little pockets, right? The big stuff's pretty easy to make, right? It's the little stuff that I run into, knowing where and what and when and how. I was just looking to see if this was the same gentleman, but I don't think it is. No, different gentleman. And say maybe he had a photo shoot day, huh? There's a lot to this kit, isn't there? It's so pretty. I just sit in awe at how these digital creators create such magic. What I should probably do is pick up some cream colored cardstock. That would probably be a good idea. Oh, and now we got puppies playing in the background. Sorry that this video was kind of heavy. But, you know, you get real with me. Totally and utterly real. I don't hide anything from you. I don't want to say I hid the divorce stuff from you guys, because I didn't hide it. I just wasn't ready to talk about it yet. Yeah. So, but yeah, yeah. You know what? And kind of finishing up the video on like here in a minute. Well, actually, give me a few minutes to run back to the other room where my glue is, and I'll be able to pull some glue out. I was looking up in that little thing, and I don't have any more packs over there. I wonder if I'm gonna have to order some. I think I have some in the bag for now, but that is probably a strong indication that I need to get on the stick and order some more. I do. And they're chewing up something. I have no idea what. These dogs find the weirdest stuff to chew on. It's mostly because, like, the wind blows and blows in the neighbor's trashes. Like, down by our mailbox, we have these two big water things now. Like those ones you get at the store. Or like, I know they were like big in the 90s. Those, what was that company called? They always had the big water things, and you would like the water coolers, and you would go into like an office and they would just be there. I'm drawing a blank on what it is. It's something simple too, right? Like the bottles were blue, and the delivery people would like carry them over their shoulder. Gosh, what was the name of that company? Like, it was kind of all the rage in the 90s for all the offices. Like, everywhere you went, they had them. Gosh, I know. Dawn, I know you probably know what it is. So please, in the comments, Dawn, put that, tell me what it is. Put this girl's mind at ease. Gosh, it's so simple too, right? I wanted to say water pick or like water dyeing, but that's not it. That's like one of the local water companies here that like made, water pick made like shower heads and stuff like that, and water purifying systems. But now, like, the stuff I'm talking about is the stuff that you can go buy at, I think I'm going to keep it cream colored. I'll just keep using file folders because I have a bunch of them. So what was the name of that one? I know you girls know what I'm talking about. It's not Sensodyne, that's a toothpaste. And I can picture their logo. It's got like a big water drop on it. And they like put that barrel like upside down. And it goes into a little water thing and it goes glug, 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 glug. What is the name of that? Gosh darn it. Anyways, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Anybody else do that? I think that's a traumatic trauma response these days. I'm just like forgetting stuff. Or it could be like getting older, I'm not sure. But yeah, forgetful, that sort of thing. Anywho, let's see, this one will fit here. I'll wait for that one. I'll do a little bit bigger one. And these I think I'm cutting directly around, so they don't need to be so far apart. I love like the different sizes of tags in these, in Amy's kit this time. I love them. I love the small stuff. Yeah. Well done, Amy. Well done. Good variety. I'm going through those book pages like crazy. We will definitely have a couple of days of play with them. Now, Christian and I are hoping to kind of get back to that filming of our little challenge thing. Now that his work schedule is more figured out. And it looks like I have one more and then a big one there. So and then maybe, since we're using almost a full, and I hope I didn't mess that up by not giving myself enough room for it. Nope, I did. All right, so always keep your stuff to hand, guys. Totally messed that up. Didn't leave myself enough room. That's all right. It works good, just sitting here. Okay, so I'm gonna look through these stacks really quick. And kind of, okay, so I want to back that, and then these, I was thinking might look cute as really tall, like tags to use. So let's back those. And then I think the rest, oh, you know what? Should we do these? Maybe. And those could be almost like little journaling spots, just something a little bit different than what we normally see. All right. All right, I swear this is probably the last page we'll do together, and then I will cut it all out And then we'll just come along to fill the journals. And then I'm not sure if we're gonna use, I know one of the things that we're gonna do on the journal is, I'm gonna go ahead and, I think I'm gonna use, let's go to the next one. Won't get rid of that one yet, but let's go to the next one here. I'm going to end up using some clusters for this one and the Bourbon Rose journal that I already have on hand. And then I'm going to use the Whale Tail Punch to kind of do the men's journal thing with. So those will be a couple more videos to get done. I think these might actually turn out to be really fun, right? Because I think what you could do, if you did want to use them as big tags, I think you can use them as like little edges to your page, like little tucks. Okay, so I'm kind of out of room for the other one, which is fine. We'll put a chest piece here and maybe one going this direction. And then we'll put these chest pieces in the more slender pockets. So we're tying all the kits and stuff in together. I think that sounds reasonable. Gluey strings everywhere today. All right, now is there anything else? We have that tag, but I think that'll fit on one of these other ones. And I was actually thinking the key might look kind of cute. Yeah, let's go ahead and back the key, and then it'll be solid enough we can use it in a pocket and not just as decoration. I should have done is laid down that top piece first. I wouldn't have had to fight that one so much. And I'll have to put that one when I get it cut out. I'll have to glue that down. Maybe I'll just do it now. And that topper piece fell off. All right, let's get these last few pieces glued on to these over here. And then, like I said, I'll call it a video. And then when I come back, we will end up just like stuff in pockets, and then I will put, yeah, I'll just finish like the decoration and whatnot with it. So we need to ink these when we get back, then that's what we'll do. Yeah. Okay. Now, is this one white enough? Look at that, it is. It is, it is. All right, as soon as I shut off this video, I'm gonna go get another glue stick. Or 2 or 3 or 4. All right. Oh, one more before I go. I have one more chest piece that I want to do. Let's do this one. Look at that. Look at how much we got used up today. Rockin' rock stars. And I ended up gluing those pages together, so we'll actually put it down in the bin I keep them in, so it doesn't get sticky anywhere else. I actually think I might have a fun idea for these too. Kind of gussy them up a little bit. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging with me. We got actually quite a bit accomplished in this video. So yeah, yay. Yeah, so I'm going to get to cutting off camera. And I'll get my glue sticks now. And then, yeah, we'll get to decorating these cute little drills and get our frills and everything like that put in. All right, guys. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.